Yes, sure.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning. I'm doing great, thank you. Let's jump right in. Can you start by telling me a little about yourself and your background?
Sure. I have a diploma in engineering, petroleum technology from Institute Kemahiran BINTULU. And over the past 2 years, I worked in my last final year project. In my last final year project, I was responsible for my project, which is biogas production from fruit waste, where I developed skills in reduce waste to become a gas and innovative.
Sounds interesting. Can you give me an example of a project or task where you face a challenge and how you overcome it?
Okay, thank you. Absolutely. In my last final year project, which is biogas production, I was working on a project that had a tight deadline and some technical obstacles. One of the main challenge was main constraint or time constraint. I took the initiative to work overtime, which allowed us to meet the deadline and exceed the client's expectation or supervisor expectation.
That's impressive. How do you prioritize your work when you have multiple projects with tight deadlines?
I start by assessing the urgency and importance of each project. Then I break them into smaller milestones. I also make sure to communicate with my team regularly to ensure we align on priorities.
Great. For my last question for you, how do you handle working with a difficult team member or a conflict in a workplace?
Okay. I believe communication is key in resolving conflicts. I'll always try to approach the situation with an open mind and listen to the other person's perspective. For instance, in my last final year project, there was a situation where a team member and I had a different approach to a project. I set up a one-on-one meeting and we discussed our concerns. By the end of the conversation, we found a middle ground and successfully complete the project.
Great. Well, that is all from my side. I will hand over to my partner, Jonikyle.
Okay, good morning, Fabian. Thank you for joining us today. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your background?
Okay, thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me. My name is Fabian and I recently completed my diploma in petroleum engineering at Institute Kemahiran of BINTULU. During my studies, I gained experience in reservoir simulation. I also completed an internship where I worked at optimizing production strategies for offshore wells.
That's great. Can you describe a project you worked on during your internship and what your role was?
Sure. During my internship, I worked on a project that focused on improving the production efficiency of a mature oil field. My role involved conducting reservoir simulation to evaluate different production scenarios. I analyzed the reservoir performance and recommend water injection technique to enhance oil recovery. The team was able to implement this recommendation, which resulted in a 10% increase in production.
Impressive. How do you stay updated with the last trend and technology in the petroleum industry?
I follow industry journal like the Journal of Petroleum Engineering Technology and participate in webinar and workshop organized by SP, Society of Petroleum Engineering. I also make it a point to stay connected with professional in the link through liquid and industry event.
Excellent. Can you give me an example of a time you had to solve a problem under pressure?
During my internship, there was a time where we faced a sudden drop in production rates in one of the offshore wells. The team needed to quickly identify the cause. I worked closely with the field engineer to gather data and ran a reservoir simulations to pinpoint a potential blockage in the wellbore. My analysis helped the team decide to perform a well intervention which restored production in 48 hours.
Okay, Fabian, one final question for you. What made you excited about a career in petroleum engineering?
What excites me the most is the dynamic nature of the industry. Each project presents new challenge, whether it's optimizing production, enhancing recovery methods, or adapting to the evolving energy landscape. I'm also passionate about contributing to more sustainable practices within the industry, finding ways to improve efficiency and reduce the environmental impact of petroleum extraction.
Okay, Fabian, thank you for your time today. We appreciate your insight and we will be in touch soon.
Thank you for your opportunity.
Thank you.